Hello everyone! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So again, this is your instructor, Noel Bergonia. And again, welcome to our discussion. For today, we are going to talk about the financial statements and specifically the statement of financial position. Okay, so just sit back, relax, no? And if you have questions, please let me know lang po. And please continue to write down and take down notes, no? With regards to this discussion. Okay, so let's start, no? So before we proceed with the statement of financial position proper, no, let me just introduce to you the accounting standard that governs the preparation of our financial statements. Okay, so we have the IAS number 1 or the International Accounting Standards number 1. Okay, or here in the Philippines, it is known naman as the Philippine Accounting Standard number 1. So, ito nakikita niyo yung content niya, no? So super dami, but we will not be discussing them, no? We just get some of the important things that we need here in this subject. Okay? So, first, let us know ano ba ang objective nitong International Accounting Standard number 1 na to. So technically, this accounting standard prescribes, no, yung basis ng presentation ng isang general purpose financial statement. Okay, so it prescribes yung basis ng presentation, ha, but not necessarily the format, no? It's just a basis, no, to ensure that there would be comparability for both the entity's financial statement of the previous periods at saka yung financial statements natin with the other entities. Okay, so the objective again of this standard is to ensure comparability with regards to the general purpose financial statements presentation. Okay, moreover, this standard set out the overall requirements, no, for the presentation of the financial statements, yung guidelines for their structures, as well as some minimum requirements for their contents. Okay? So yan po yung objective na accounting standards nila na yan, no? So we have the financial statements, the structure, at the same time we have also the transition date and the likes, no? But again, we will not be discussing one by one itong content ng IS number 1. So I will just share with you the link na lang, or I have in my YouTube channel, no, a video discussion about IAS number 1. So you can watch this as well. Okay? So let's define what financial statements are. Okay, so we have already mentioned this so many times in our previous discussions, no, that our financial statements, no, are the means by which the information accumulated by the entity, okay, is being processed in financial accounting, okay, and is communicated to the users natin. So structured financial representation of financial position at saka performance of the entity. So these financial statements or general purpose financial statements are the source of the information that is used by the users, no, who have not the position, no, that required the entities to prepare the reports tailored to their particular needs. So overall, financial statements are the end product of our accounting process, and they are the basis of the decisions of the users of financial information. Okay, so these financial statements can show us the financial position, the performance, even the cash flow of the entity. Okay, so we have already discussed in our introduction, no, to accounting the different types of or different forms of financial statements natin. Okay, so we will just be discussing them in detail one by one in this lecture, no, statement of financial position, and the other video lectures naman po for the other financial statements. Okay? So the purpose of these financial statements are to provide, of course, the information about yung financial position, financial performance, and the cash flow of the company, no, that will be used by various set of users, no, in making their economic decisions. So paulit-ulit yan, di ba? That in accounting, it is a service activity which provides financial information, primarily financial in nature, no, that is intended to be useful in making economic decisions and alternative courses of actions. And that basis of decisions, okay, are coming from the financial information in the financial statements. Okay? So I hope that you remember that. Again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po on our chat box. Okay? So here are now the complete set of financial statements. No? So I know that we have already given this in the previous discussions, but let us just be refreshed. No? What are the set or complete set of financial statements? Okay, so first of which would be the statement of financial position as at the end of the period. No? So this financial statement will be discussed later on this video presentation. Okay? So as you have noticed, nakalagay po dito as at the end of the period. So meaning, as of, di ba? So as of, let's say, December 31, ito yung balance. As of the end of the month, ito yung balance. So it is a financial position that has a cumulative value. No? Kaya nga po, kung mapapansin ninyo, yung mga items or elements inside this statement of financial position are not subjected to closing entries kasi nga po they are in continuous balances as at the end of a period. On the other hand, we have the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, or also known as our income statement or statement of comprehensive income, for a period, for the period. So ang pinagkaiba niya for our statement of comprehensive income or income statement, comparing it with the statement of financial position, ito po nakalagay for the period because it also entails information that are related to a specific period lang. No? So kung sinabing good for 1 year, then this is only an information in the statement of comprehensive income or income statement na good for 1 year lang, or even good for 1 month lang, compared with the statement of financial position na as at or as of the end of the reporting period, which is mentioned a while ago, cumulative value from the start up to that period. No? So it does not only cover one period but many periods na po. No? Similar to that, the next financial statement is the statement of changes in equity. For the period lang po, again, it only refers to a specific period, as well as the statement of cash flows na i-discuss po natin in a separate presentation, the statement of cash flows. And then we have also the notes to the financial statements, which comprises yung mga significant accounting policies and other explanatory information, and even some computations that will be representing the values here in the first 4 financial statements. So yung mga notes na discuss na natin about computation of various amounts na nakalagay dito sa statement of financial position, sa profit or loss, nilalagay din po natin sa notes aside from the explanation. Okay? And lastly, ito hindi pa po na-introduce sa inyo since the beginning of our discussion ng FABM, but hindi po muna natin di-discuss to since ayaw nating guluhin yung buhay ninyo. This is more on for higher accounting. A statement of financial position as at the beginning of the preceding period when the entity applies accounting policy retrospectively or makes retrospective restatement of items in its financial statements, or when it reclassified items in its financial statements. So actually, parang statement, hindi siya parang statement of financial position talaga siya, but there are some items that needs retrospective adjustments or mga changes in the amounts because there's either an accounting policy change or baka nagkaroon ng error. So again, itong pang-anim na ito, ignore nyo muna. We will not discuss this. Let this be discussed in your higher accounting. Okay? Even yung notes natin, mahahapyawan natin yan, but we will not prepare the whole notes to financial statements since tedious po yan. So for today's discussion, we will just have the statement of financial position, and the others would be presented in the other video lectures that you can watch about income statement, capital statement, and statement of cash flows. Okay? So ito po yung complete set of financial statements. And let me just remind you, in accordance with the International Accounting Standard number 1, okay, paragraph number 11, okay? So take note that the entity shall present with equal prominence all of the financial statements. So ang ibig sabihin lang po, itong lahat ng nasa complete set of financial statements, pantay-pantay po sila. Walang mas mahal yung isa. Hindi, joke lang, no? Wala pong mas mataas kesa sa isa. They are of equal importance or prominence, no, with each other. Okay? Because without one, no, the complete set of financial statements will not be complete, of course. At the same time, no, hindi rin po complete yung information that the users could have their decision, no, if one of these are not present, except for number 6, no, wherein kung wala naman pong any accounting policy changes and errors, then hindi naman po need i-prepare itong panghuling to. Okay, so take note of that. They are of equal prominence. Okay, again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po sa ating chat box. Okay, so let us now discuss, no, the content of this video lecture, which is actually the statement of financial position. Okay, so also known as our balance sheet, no, this financial statement contains the information about the entity's economic resources or yung ating asset na tinatawag, or the claims against the resources, no, which are known as the liabilities, and also the remaining claims accruing to the owner's equity, okay, or the capital as of the end of the period. So doon natin makikita yung 3 elements na yan, no? Asset, liabilities, and capital. So this financial statement is useful in assessing the present and future cash flows as well as the liquidity and solvency of the company. No, aside from showing, of course, the financial position of the company, no, it shows the assessment of future and present cash flows, the liquidity, and the solvency. Okay, so pag sinabi po nating liquidity, okay, this actually refers to the period of time before an asset is converted into cash or until it pays the liability. Okay, so again, ulitin ko, liquidity, no, is the period of time before an asset is converted into cash until a liability is being paid, no? Also, it is referred to as the availability of cash or cash equivalents to meet short-term operating needs. Okay, so if the company could be able to pay its short-term obligation, then ibig sabihin liquid siya, no? There is a chance that the entity would also pay its short-term operating needs in the future. No, and we can found that in our statement of financial position because, of course, aside from cash that you can see there, no, it shows as well the liabilities, no, yung short-term liabilities po natin, okay, which will be discussed also later for the classifications. Okay. Then we have also solvency, wherein solvency refers to the riskiness of the company with regards to the amount of liabilities in the capital structure. No, it is also referring to the ability. Okay, sorry, nabubulol na. Solvency also refers to the ability of the company to meet its long-term financial obligations naman. Kanina, when we talk about liquidity, it's short-term operating needs. Ito naman solvency, it's more on the long-term financial obligations and debts po natin. Okay? And again, this liquidity and solvency can be found in our statement of financial position. Okay? Any questions or clarifications, guys? All right. If there's none, thank you very much. No? Again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po on our chat box. Okay. So let us just review the elements that we can found in the statement of financial position. Okay, so we have, of course, the asset, which is referring to the present economic resources controlled by the entity as a result of past event. So this is simply referring to the properties of the business, di po ba? So maraming uri tayo ng assets na na-discuss, from cash, receivables, property, plant and equipment, inventories, and others, di ba? That are controlled by the entity and gives economic benefits, of course, to the company. On the other hand, we have as well liabilities, which are present obligation to transfer an economic resource as a result of past events. Okay, so liabilities are simply the obligation of the business that they need to pay. And lastly, we have the equity or capital, which is simply the residual interests of the owners, no, in the assets of the entities after deducting the liabilities. So these are the three important elements of the statement of financial position, which mamaya we will deal with them again one by one because they need to be presented in accordance with IAS number 1's prescribed classifications. Okay? So next on our discussion is the format and presentation of our statement of financial position. Take note, guys, that this format and presentation are not actually in IAS number 1, but these are just typical formats and presentation on how we visualize a statement of financial position or balance sheet. Okay, so this type or format of the statement of financial position, as you can see here in the screen, there is an asset here and then liabilities and owner's equity. It is known as an account form. Wherein our balance sheet or statement of financial position is presented in a T-account format. Okay, so parang T-account siya, di ba? Kung mapapansin ninyo, assets sa right side and then liabilities and owner's equity sa left side. Okay? So, ayan, as you can see, magkatabi lang sila. Okay? Yung assets at saka liabilities and owner's equity. But also, do not forget the header. Importante yung mga header natin or label natin. Di lang Love Life ang may label. Okay? So, remember that if it is balance sheet, as of December 31, 2020, okay, or December 31, 2020 would be our date. Samantalang in our discussion of the income statement, capital statement, and other financial statements, diba, may nakalagay for the month ended, for the year ended, and the likes. Okay? So this is the account form, at the account format. While we have also this format, wherein the assets are presented first, then below the assets would be the liabilities and capital, and this is known as the report form. Okay? Nasa taas yung asset, then nasa baba yung liabilities and capital. But again, do not forget that in a balance sheet, the total asset, of course, should be equal to the total liabilities and capital. Okay, so both of this we have already used in our presentation of our statement of financial position in your FABM1. So I hope that there is no confusion already. Okay, so again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po. Okay? So, kaya natin dinidiscuss itong statement of financial position in detail right now. It's because we want to classify properly our elements. Okay? So, before kasi, as shown in the previous formats na report form and account form, the assets, liabilities, and capital are just simply listed, in accordance with what they are listed in the chart of accounts. But in accordance with IAS number 1, these assets and liabilities needs to be presented using the current and non-current format, and in the absence of that, then it would be arranged based on liquidity. But let us just discuss using the current and non-current assets format. Okay, so let's start with the assets muna and then later the liabilities. Okay, so for the assets, assets in accordance with IAS number 1 needs to be presented using the current and the non-current format. Okay, so IAS number 1 gives us the idea when to classify an asset as current. Okay, so an entity shall classify an asset as current when, okay, so there are criteria, okay, that we need to meet. Number 1 is it is expected to be realizable, or intended to be sold or consumed in its normal operating cycle. Okay? So, normal operating cycle is usually 12 months, 'di ba? Pag walang ibang binigay na normal operating cycle, we assume that that is 12 months. But let's just first define what normal operating cycle is. So, operating cycle is actually the average time between the acquisition of an asset, okay, from the processing and the realization of cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so average time po siya. So let me give you an example of a normal operating cycle, okay, of a merchandising business. Okay, so di ba meron tayong cash. So meron po tayong cash, okay. So you use that cash to purchase the goods that you are going to sell in a merchandising business, to have your inventory. And then pwede mo po siyang ibenta on account. So it will go to receivables. Okay? And then kapag nakolekta na po yung receivables, then it will become cash again. So yun po yung sinasabi kanina na average time from the acquisition of the asset, no, until it becomes cash again. Okay, sa service business, wala tayong inventory doon, no, because we have the cash. And then we use it to provide services, no? Walang inventory, no? Pwedeng on account 'yon, and then collection din po tayo. Okay? So this is the normal operating cycle. So any asset, no, that are to be realizable, okay, or to be intended to sell or to consume here in this normal operating cycle natin, whether merchandising, service, or manufacturing business po siya, they are automatically considered as current. So itong cash, inventory, accounts receivable, pag nakita niyo yan, they are usually, especially if they are part of the normal operating cycle, then they are already automatically considered as cash. Okay, as cash tuloy, as current. Okay, are we clear on that, guys? Any questions? All right, so balik po tayo. Okay, so again, it is a current asset if it is realizable or intended to be sold or consumed in a normal operating cycle. And again, pag silent yung normal operating cycle, it is assumed to be 12 months. Okay? Also, an asset will be classified as current if, no, it is primarily for trading purposes. Okay? So buy and sell, 'di ba? Parang kagaya rin nung first bullet na they are intended to be sold, no, in, or services to be provided, no, in the usual trading process po natin. Okay? So also, if these assets will be expected to be realizable within 12 months from the end of the reporting period. Okay? So if the asset could be used or makukolekta natin siya kung receivable siya, okay, within 12 months, then that would be considered now as current. Okay? And lastly, no, in accordance with IAS number 1, no, the asset is cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so pag sinabi po nating cash, of course, it entails bills and coins. Pag cash and cash equivalents, it refers to short-term investment, short-term or highly liquid investment, no, that are having insignificant risks. Diba? Yun yung pagkaka-define natin sa cash equivalent before. Okay, take note that this should be unrestricted. Okay? Tandaan nyo, ang cash and cash equivalent should be unrestricted and is available, no, for current use in the operations. May nakalagay dito na unless restricted, okay, in exchange or used to settle liabilities after 12 months, okay? So kapag restricted kasi siya, guys, it cannot be classified as cash and cash equivalents, okay? Dapat unrestricted. So pwede mong gamitin at any point in time for your operations, okay? So these are the 4 criteria, okay, to determine whether an asset is a current asset. So isa lang po dito ma-meet niya, okay, then automatically po current na siya. Okay? Pag none of these 4 are met, then your asset will be classified as non-current assets. Okay? So non-current assets are other assets that are not classified as current assets. So again, kapag na-meet yung either of the 4 kanina or combination of the 4, kung ano man po yung present, then that would be current. If wala po ni isa, then it would be classified as non-current. Okay? Any questions or clarifications? Going once, going twice. Okay? So again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po on our respective chat boxes. Okay, so let's have some examples of current and non-current assets. Okay, so for current assets, now we have cash na unrestricted, of course, accounts receivables, no, because they are somehow for the purpose of trading. Then trade notes receivables natin. Okay, short-term notes kasi they are collectible within 12 months. Then we have also the inventories natin. Some marketable equity securities. So ito po ay mga investment natin on shares of stocks na kaya po siya current kasi it is having a characteristic na marketable. So bibili natin, then benta natin, bibili natin, benta natin. So ganun po yung marketable securities, no? Also supplies. Okay, so supplies are of course somehow part din ng prepaid expenses. Okay, so these are the typical current assets po natin. No, that they meet the either definition of being a cash and cash equivalents na unrestricted, or realizable within 12 months or normal operating cycle, or they are for the purpose of trading. On the other hand, there are non-current assets, and example of which are yung long-term notes receivable. So as mentioned here, it is long-term, so more than 12 months, di ba? So land, okay, buildings, which can be used for more than 1 year, of course, machineries and equipment, investment properties. So ito po yung mga properties natin na binili, no, that are not classified as property, plant, and equipment, but they are for earning of rentals. Okay, so halimbawa bumili ka ng building or nagpagawa ka ng building tapos pinarentahan mo, okay, so that's considered as investment property. Okay, and then furnitures and fixtures. Okay, intangible assets. So ang intangible assets po are those assets that cannot be touched, okay, such as copyrights, no, franchise, okay, patents, no. They are non-current assets since they can be useful for more than 1 year, and also some long-term investments. Okay, so these are some of our assets, no, that are classified as non-current, and the others naman are classified as current if they meet the criteria based on IAS number 1. Again, if you have questions, please let me know lang po. By the way, may mga ilang assets pa po dito na hindi ko pa po nailagay since hindi naman po natin siya gagamitin for sole proprietorship, or bihira lang po natin sila makita dito, no? So it may be discussed to you more assets and current man or non-current in your higher accounting. Okay? So we're done with the assets, no, which can be classified as current or non-current. Similar to it are the liabilities, no, which they can be classified as well as current or non-current. Okay, so for a liability to become current, no, it should meet, of course, also 4 criteria. No, it's either a liability that can be settled or to be paid within the normal operating cycle. Okay? Or yung liability po ay part ng trading purposes natin, no? Kanina yung normal operating cycle natin has possibility na on account natin bibilihin yung inventories, kaya may accounts payable, or mag-i-issue tayo ng promissory note for that merchandise, then they are for the purposes of trading and they can be settled within the normal operating cycle. Moreover, if the liability can be settled within the next 12 months from the end of the reporting period, then yun po, no, they will be considered as current. And lastly, okay, your liability, no, should not have an unconditional right to defer the settlement for at least 12 months after the reporting period. So ito pong unconditional right to defer the payment is parang magpapausog tayo or magpapa-atras tayo or kumbaga, makikiusap tayo na pwede bang i-extend yung payment na ng more than 12 months. Okay? So, if there would be a defer settlement, okay, or there is unconditional right to defer the payment, then malamang baka hindi na siya current. Okay? Kasi ipapa-extend mo nga. Okay? Dapat it does not have an unconditional right to defer the settlement or payment. Okay? So any of these 4 or combination, no, ay na-met, then it would be classified as current. Okay? If not, then of course your liabilities will be classified as non-current. So non-current liabilities are all other liabilities that are not classified as current liabilities. Okay? So let's now proceed to the examples of current and non-current liabilities. Okay, so for the current liabilities, no, we have trade accounts payable since they are for the purposes of trading. Then we have also short-term notes payable which can be paid within 12 months, of course, pag short-term. Then salaries and wages payable, no, kinsenas katapusan ng bayad niyan. So kung meron ka mang utang na wages or salaries, it should be immediately settled the following period. Okay, unearned revenues naman po, no, are also considered as current unless they are for more than 12 months. Kaya generally unearned revenues are current. And then rent payable, kung meron kayong rent payable or taxes payable, utilities, no, yung mga kuryente at tubig or telephone bill na pag hindi mo nabayaran, no, puputulan ka na. Okay? And lastly, no, some sort of currently maturing portion of long-term debts. So kung may long-term kang utang, okay, pero may babayaran ka na within next 12 months, then they will be classified yung current na portion, yung babayaran within 12 months, no, as current liabilities. Okay? On the other hand, we have non-current liabilities. Okay, non-current liabilities, example would be long-term notes payable. So more than 12 months pa yung payment ng notes payable, or long-term din na loans, or even mortgage payable, yung nagsasangla ka tapos more than 12 months yung bayaran, then they are considered as non-current liabilities. Okay? So are we clear on that? So the assets lang naman and liabilities needs to be presented either current or non-current depending upon their kumbaga compliance with the criteria given a while ago. Okay? So, however, our last element for the statement of financial position, which is an equity, okay, wala naman pong classification yan ng current and non-current, don't worry. Okay? So, our equity, if you have remembered, is the residual interest, no, of our owner from the asset of the company after deducting the liabilities. And it may be reported in various names, no, depending upon the forms of business organization. Okay, so we could have in our sole proprietorship, no, yung owner's equity or capital natin, while for partnership you have the partner's capital, and in terms of corporation you have shareholders equity, no. So but in our discussion in FABM, no, we have just used the owner's equity or capital, which later, no, we will be discussing in a separate video presentation about the statement of changes in equity naman po. Okay? So that's the elements of our statement of financial position. Okay, so if you are going to prepare a properly classified statement of financial position using the current and non-current portion, okay, so ito po yung example natin. So as you can see, no, we have classified the assets as current. Okay, so may nakita kang cash, accounts receivable. Yung allowance, which is a contra account ng accounts receivable, is part nung current kasi nandoon yung kapartner niya na accounts receivable. Then merchandise inventory, supplies, prepaid rent, no? So example lang naman to. Okay, and then you have the store equipment for non-current asset, less of course the accumulated depreciation. Kasi kung saan po yung contra accounts natin, I mean yung kinokontra nilang account, then dun din po sila maka-classify. Okay? So again, for the balance sheet, okay, so we have as of or specific date talaga yung nakalagay. Hindi po for the month ended or wag din pong for the year ended. Okay? And then for the liabilities, you need to classify them, of course, properly then as current and non-current. And then here is your capital. At yung capital na mention natin to kanina, that the capital in the statement of financial position will come from the income statement. Okay? So any questions or clarifications? All right. So to wrap up our discussion about statement of financial position, okay, so here is an example. No, let's try to classify the account titles based on current asset ba siya or non-current assets or non-current liabilities or current liabilities as well as equity. Okay? So land. So land is considered as non-current asset kasi yan po ay ginagamit for more than 12 months. Same as with the building. Okay, yung trade notes receivable nakalagay trade, so it's for trading purposes kaya current asset, 'di ba? Notes payable naman nakalagay po to be paid within the next 12 months, no? So mababayaran within the next 12 months kaya current liabilities 'yan. Then we have franchise. So franchise po, familiar kayo diyan, no? Franchise ng Jollibee, franchise ng Siomai, 'di ba? So franchise is the right to use another company's name or products, no? So franchise is an intangible asset, okay, and they are classified as non-current, of course. Interest payable, okay, which are typically paid within 12 months, no, are considered as current. Okay, and then prepaid insurance, unless may nakalagay na for more than 12 months, then we will just assume that it is current assets. Okay, pero pag nakalagay prepaid insurance for more than 12 months, then that would be non-current, of course. Same with the prepaid rent then. Okay, yung taxes payable, since they will be payable the following period, kasi alam nyo naman yung government, kukolekta agad ng tax yan, then that would be current. Then your accounts receivable, okay, so general lang yung ginamit na word, accounts receivable. So for trading, then current asset. Then Leia Capital, of course, that's for equity. Then your mortgage payable, sinasanglayan. Wala namang sinabing payable within 12 months, kaya non-current. Okay, supplies, no? Current. Bonds payable is also a liability that are related to the issuance of a bond. Okay, so kung may notes payable na ini-issue ay note, ito naman pong bonds payable ay liability na ang ini-issue po ay bonds or corporate bonds or bond indenture. Okay, so non-current po yan unless payable within next 12 months para maging current. Okay, inventories are part of the trading and normal operating cycle, kaya current asset. Unearned income is a liability, di ba? So unless it is indicated with more than 12 months, no, it is presumed pa rin muna as current liabilities. Pag-ibig, buti pa yung pag-ibig, no, may payable. Pag-ibig premiums payable, so that's a liability. Same with the taxes, needs to be remitted immediately. So current liabilities yan. Yung PhilHealth, no, ganun din, no, current liability din po yan. SSS premiums payable, so current liabilities din po. And lastly, cash, unless restricted, no, still cash is considered pa rin as current assets, no. Pag restricted na siya, depende sa restriction, kung more than 12 months, ay non-current assets. Okay? So I hope na nasundan po natin. Any questions or clarifications, please let me know on our chat box po. Okay? And finally, no, we have here Dynamite Company's adjusted trial balance. So let's try to classify them properly. Okay, so classified muna natin yung items sa adjusted trial balance, then mamaya let's try to prepare a classified statement of financial position. Okay, so yung cash natin, okay, walang nakalagay na more than 12 months or restricted, kaya ito po ay current asset. Marketable securities, so binibenta po natin yan, no? Then it would be current asset as well. Notes receivable trade, nakalagay trade. So trading purposes, current asset. Then accrued interest on that notes, of course, that will also be current asset kasi trading yung notes na yon. Accounts receivable is also current asset. So yung allowance na related sa kanya, no, which is a contra account, it will be deducted. Okay, pero nasa current asset pa rin po siya. Then inventories for the purposes of trading yan, then current asset. Prepaid expenses, wala namang ibang nakalagay. Kung more than 12 months, then we can presume that it is current. Accounts payable, so it's a liability, okay, considered as current liability. Notes payable on the purposes of trade, no, current liability then. Accrued interest on that notes payable is also a liability. Then our land is more than 12 months na usage, then non-current. Your building is also non-current, no. Of course, the accumulated depreciation is a contra account of that non-current, kaya non-current din siya. Your equipment is non-current. Accumulated depreciation on that equipment is also non-current, okay, contra account. Then your loans payable, tignan mo yung due date, 2022. Anong date ba ngayon? 2020. So more than 12 months or more than 1 year yan. Kaya loan payable is non-current. Okay. Yung mortgage natin, it's usually long-term. Okay, kaya non-current. And then accrued interest payable, sabi naman dito, babayaran daw next year. Kaya we can classify that as current liability. And then our capital will also be in equity. Okay, so now we have already classified the items in the adjusted trial balance. Then let's have now the balance sheet natin. Okay, so here is the statement of financial position of Dynamite Company. Okay, so anong form ulit to? T-account form. This is a report form. Tama po ba? Report form or account form yan? Okay. Mali, 'di ba? It is an account form. Okay? So, as you can see here, no, we have the total current assets na nakita niyo naman po kanina. Okay, so classified natin. Yung allowance lang po na deduct, no? Sir, bakit walang peso sign to? Financial statement. Nakalagay na kasi dito, no? Allowed po na ilagay yung title sa taas, no? In pesos. So lahat ng values dito ay in pesos. So pag nilagyan mo ng ganyan, no need na to write peso sign in all of the amounts. Okay? So the total current assets as per the classifications natin kanina is 225,200. Then our total non-current asset natin is 500,710. Okay, and our total assets is 725,910. Okay, our total current liabilities naman, considering all of the current liabilities kanina, ay 73,870. Then for our non-current liabilities, no, 152,000. And then your capital, of course, then your total liabilities and capital is 725,910. Okay, so are we clear on this, guys? Any questions or clarifications? All right, so again, kung along format ang gagamitin ninyo, no, depende sa sasabihin sa problem sa inyo, whether report form or account form. Okay, but what we are going to deal with this in your activities would be how to classify the asset or even the liabilities as current and non-current. Yun po yung importante sa atin at this discussion. Okay? So with that, guys, this is the end of the discussion of our statement of financial position. Again, if you have questions po, please let me know lang po on our respective chat boxes. Okay? So kung wala na po kayong questions, then thank you very much for listening. So please watch the next video about the statement of comprehensive income and the capital statement. Okay? And I'll see you all on our next video presentation. Okay? So thank you very much and God bless. Kamsahamnida. Bye-bye.